I know, but you don't know me. I'm from Florida. First of all, it's very nice to be here. And as you might guess, I'm rather elderly because Karen is celebrating her 70th birthday and I was her principal. So that makes me about a 99. Carrots and pull-ups, that's what does it. And in fabulous shape for all you young girls that want to try an older gentleman. But I do want to thank Barrett for finding me because, believe me, I spent a lot of time trying to stay hidden because I did a stint in prison for fooling around with the girls in high school. So she found me, and I Googled Sierra View before I came out here, and I want to find out where I was going, and I found out that this is Roseville's Blue Collar Club. And that was disappointing because come all this way for a blue collar club. But it's nice to see all you rich people here. Because I feel like the travel was worth it. And I'm, kind of an old educator on a small pension. And I want to rub elbows with some of you high-flying people. I had a chance to meet Karen's husband in the foyer, and I want to tell you, there is one wonderful human being. That guy is outstanding. And Karen really did a good job to snag him, I'll tell you that. I don't remember many students. But I definitely remember little Karen. And I've got to say, after not seeing her for all these years, she is so beautiful at 70. I mean, she's gorgeous. I mean, no one believes she's 70. No one. And she looks so much younger, and she's so vital, and I think Boyd did pretty good too. So I'm going to have to tell him when I see him next time. Karen was a very active student. I remember those things because I was fond of her. I'm still very fond of her. If my heart would work, I'd show her how fond I am. Anyway, so Karen, I remember a few things about her. She was voted the dirtiest player on the women's tennis team. Anybody that's ever played tennis with Karen knows that she chips and dips and she never hits the ball straight. It's really kind of illegal and not fair. So everybody knew she had a good win record though. She won many matches, cheating and lying. But I will have to say that the name stuck. Karen's maiden name was Duroff. Some of you knew that. Some of you didn't, and if you don't know it, too bad. They called her Dirty Duroff all over the county, and I'd say that she lettered 3 out of 4 years in tennis, so she was pretty good at what she did. Karen also was a member of the wrestling team. She was the only woman on the wrestling team. She found out she had to wrestle, which really pissed her off because she was kind of hoping to just kind of grapple with some of the guys. But she did well. She was a good grappler. But her tenure was short because she complained that the uniforms were not up to par. They didn't show off her figure. And as soon as she decided that they were going to be pink pedal pushers, the guys all quit. So Karen lasted 3 weeks. Then she went over and decided she'd play water polo. Now, if anybody knows Karen and her swimming ability, you know this was big for her. She played water polo with zest. I would say that she did well on her first 3 matches. The 4th match, a girl from El Camino High got her hair wet, really pissed her off. She thought she wouldn't have to get her hair wet. Go figure. But then she decided that it was tough for her to compete because one thing the coach learned is she never left the side. So she always hold on to the side. And it's tough to, with one hand on the side. So Karen decided that that was not her sport. Karen started many clubs at McClatchy. You probably don't know that either. Murphy probably knows because he knows everything in Sacramento. She started the Young Democrats, which is not a surprise, how political she is. She loves that guy with the O name. And she also started the Young Debs, which was a woman's social group. I have no idea what they did, but they met and they laughed, and I don't know what they did. She also started the Jews for Jesus salon. This didn't last long. There weren't many participants, so it kind of faded in the wind. She was a marked person after that. I think she had 3 members at the time back then. Now there are some awards I have to mention. God, this coat is hot. I'm just... Well, I think I'm getting the change of life. Anyway, this is serious. This is serious. She did get a very prestigious award. Every year, McClatchy, they did back then, I don't know if they still do it now, they selected one boy and one girl, and they selected this person as the all-around student. And if they won the award, they got a partial scholarship to college. True statement, Karen was the girl. So give her a hand. She went off to Cal, spent a year chasing boys, and then got married. Way before I was brokenhearted when she left. As you can see, me coming all this way from Barrett, where am I from? Florida. In a home, really old people. I came all this way to see Karen and to make these remarks. I must confess, after all these years, I'm going to say something that no one knows. Certainly not the police. And that is that Karen and I had a very steamy relationship for 6 months before she graduated. Most of our quality time was spent in the janitor's closet. I still hate the smell of deodorant. And when she decided to go to college, I was brokenhearted. I was absolutely brokenhearted, and I think that's really when she dumped me and went to Cal. That's when I started on this road of crime and pestilence. Pretty good word from an old guy. Pestilence. Soak it up, pals. I was brokenhearted, I already said that. Anyway, Karen, I want you to know that if Karen decides that I'm no good for her anymore, and she decides to kick me out, I want you to know that I want Karen back in my life. I love her more than the world, and I'm going to wait for her. And I might not last another 6 or 7 months, but I'm going to wait for that 6 and 7 months. And I got to tell you, as Boyd would probably tell you, but he's not here tonight, I love this woman more than the world. I really fell in love after 50, and it was because of her. And I got to tell you that nobody deserves a 70th birthday party as much as this girl that I love. Here's to Karen. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Now I want to ask, I know there's another individual that loves to speak, and he's probably one of those dapper guys here. And that's the very good looking Karen's brother, Norm Duroff. Norm, where are you? I know Norm has prepared a few words. Has Norm left? Oh. Come on, get me off the hook. I'm sweating like a pig up here.
You know this guy? Boyd is my mentor, and I saw him out in the hallway a little earlier. I don't know who in the hell this guy is. But, it's kind of cute. You know, Boyd has a whole array of notes here and so everything I learned from him. So I've kind of whittled it down to my own notes, and I think I may be in trouble because I think I might have lost it. This is it. This is Boyd.
You didn't learn from Boyd.
You know, well, hi, Cax. You probably didn't know that Karen is known, AKA for the young people, also known as Cax, AKA Caxie, and to a few, Caxie Babe. She probably is hating me right now for revealing all this. But Karen back in time, she's one of the few people that had the ability to name herself, give her own nickname. You know, I wish I'd had that opportunity. But she couldn't say Karen, so she said Cax, and it stuck forever. So that's how we know her. So we're going to go back in time. Let's go back in time to 1980. That's, any mathematicians here? I was better in history than math. But, you know, that's probably 31 years. Wow, genius. And let's go back to 1960, further back. We'll add 20. What the hell? And we're going to go back to 1941. 1941, that was the beginning of the big war, the Second World War. That's when Karen came into this world. She had no cause to this war. But Karen, I'm not nervous, but Karen was, let's go back one more year to 1940, and I was 3 years old. We lived in the steep south in a log cabin, and I remember it vividly. And one night I was awakened about 3 o'clock in the morning again, and I heard this commotion in the other room. We only had 2 rooms. And I thought, oh, not again. And so I said in my deepest 3-year-old voice, come on guys, knock it off. I'm trying to get some sleep here. And, oh, you know, a few of you, I could tell you're not approving of what I just said. You thought it was the stork, right? No. It wasn't Santa Claus. It wasn't a good tooth fairy. No. Anyway, 9 months later, here she is. My gorgeous sister arrives. And how did this happen? I didn't realize that she was going to be my best friend. And I've known her for, God, what, 70 years? That's why we're here, right? Cool. So Karen was quite a special girl. I didn't quite appreciate it for a few years. I sort of thought of her as the pest. Because I couldn't lose her. She would, if I climbed a fence to lose her, she was right there. She's a small kid. She was right there on my tail. But now I've got, you know, I've had for many years my best friend. I love her a lot. You're the best, Cax? Cax. You know, for a lot of years, every time we would go somewhere together, Karen would introduce me, her. She'd say, you know, this is my older brother, Norm. And when we were in our 20s and 30s, that was cool. Here's my older brother, Norm. Well, it comes a point in time, you start hearing, this is my older brother, Norm. Older brother, Norm. Well, you know, Cax, I have something to reveal to you which you didn't know all these years. No, it's not that. I have decided to be the younger brother now. Yes. So when you introduce me, just say, this is my kid brother, Norm. Okay. You know, since I'm following Boyd, he's he's a hard act to follow. Where is he, by the way? Oh, he's changing.
You're getting cool.
Well, I want to thank Boyd for putting together this fantastic evening. It's awesome. And by the way, next year you can put this on for me. I appreciate it. It would be cool. And love your kid. Cax, happy birthday.
I wanted to thank you, Norm. Thank you very much. Love Norm. I'm married into this family. I love everybody. In fact, I spend more time with Karen's ex-husband than I do from my own friends. And I love that guy too, Martin. I got to tell you that we got a little surprise for you tonight. Karen knows nothing about this, but I'm going to go out in the bar, and you probably didn't see it, but tonight we have, with great expense, you don't know the half of it. Oh my God, I'm going to be selling real estate till I'm 112. No, great expense. We have tonight, Frank Sinatra is coming, and so is Dean Martin, and they're going to be performing for you, and I'm going to go get them, because Karen loves their music. And they do a little stick, is that right, honey? Stick. And so I'm going to go get them, and you guys just have fun and everything. They're going to sing a little bit, then they'll do some background music, just kind of talk amongst yourselves, eat, have fun. Oh, good. But before I do, I'm going to ask anybody else that wants to speak. And there's some beautiful woman moving in my direction. 3 beautiful women. So I'm going to let Ellen start out by talking about her mom.
Hi, Mom. So I just want to say how much I love you. And, oh, we love you. I'm going to stay okay. And I mean, you know, what do I say? The best mother that anyone could ever have asked for. I don't know what I would do without you. I love you so much. I mean, just every day knowing that you're there. My kids get to grow up with their grandma right around the corner. And just the love that I feel from you and support, and I couldn't imagine not having you with me every day. How lucky am I to walk down the street and there you are. I see you walking down the street, I call you, whatever it is, and I'm just so lucky. So much. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
Good job, Mindy.